It's business, baby. It's business, baby. It's a part of the business. Hey there, Superhost. I'm your host today. Today's video is gonna be kind of everywhere. I really like the vlog styled format that I had in my redesign video. I love it. It's more creative for me. As you had watched that intro, in this video, I'm gonna kind of take you around my studio throughout these few days, showing you the little things that come up that I need to fix or replace, and things that you can expect as a host if you are not one yet, or can relate to if you are one. If you are interested in Airbnb hosting, click that link down below. I post every Monday, and this is for you. Let's get to it. Having my turnover, and I got this in the mail, finally. Not finally, it was only like 3 days. You will be adding new things to your space all the time. And if you like interior design with moderate change, this is for you. So what this is a LED grow light. And I've seen so many great reviews, especially from people personally, like my mom has had one, and her plants are growing like crazy. So this guy that I ended up putting up, as you saw in the last video, I feel like isn't getting too much light out here, because if you see that we have lots of light coming in from the south end, but there's nothing right here. So I'm gonna put this light on, and I believe it clamps onto it, so I will open it up and show you guys. I'm so excited. Also, it needs a little bit of some pruning, and I hate to do it, but we have to, because there's no room for growth if we have dead ends. Deep. That was deep. Excuse my turnover look. Turnovers, obviously, just so glamorous, so should make that a thing. TO, you know how there's like OOTD? We should do like turnover look. That'd be so cute. Here's my TL, turnover look. So funny. This is how much I took off, and it is now looking alive and well. One thing to note is I literally just got this guy at this height from Lowe's about a week ago during the little redesign that I did in the last video. So I haven't had him for very long. I knew that when I took him home that I needed to trim him up a little bit, so it was already kind of in the plan. But yeah, so that's where we're at right now. And I'm gonna go get that grow light on and show you guys what it looks like. Another thing that I was worried about is that obviously people sleep up here, and I'm the kind of person that wants it like completely dark. It's another thing is whenever you add any sort of element to your studio, anything new, always just putting yourself in the guest's shoes is super important, because it's just like staying in your own space. You need to stay in your own space to realize like the little things that maybe you wouldn't see when you're setting it up. Wow. Okay, it's a little bulky, but I think it'll do. For those of you wondering what I was gonna do if the guests decide to turn it off, I have my turnover time actually exactly for 4 hours. And so what I plan to do is just set it on the 4-hour timer and just have this on while I am turning over the space. And then by the time that my guests check in, it'll more than likely just be off. An indoor grow lamp is for those plants that don't get much sun. So yes, welcome to the 21st century where you can have the sun in your house for just $24.99. So just like in my redesign video that I had previously done, I did everything that I could in the time that I had. I had one day because I had a guest just check out that day that I did all of that. Painting that dome that I put up in the loft, which is up here, and just putting everything together, I kind of had to crunch it. Now, yes, I could have blocked off more time for myself, but at the same time, I don't have the ability to just take off days like that because that's what I depend on for my income. With that being said, there were still some things that were still being shipped and were delayed through Amazon. One of them was this canopy that I have with me today and I'm going to put up. So that is what I'm going to show you right now. Come with me and let's see if this even looks good. Okay, I just finished it. Definitely think that this is really cute. We'll see how it goes with the guests. And yeah, I think that if anything, this will do for right now. And then I'm gonna probably buy a more luxurious one, probably from Anthropologie has some really good ones. And then as well as Urban Outfitter Homes. I've seen a few on there. This one is just from Amazon and I'll link that down below. It was just under $30. Yeah, it's doing the job, especially with the lights off with the dream. Yeah, I think that, again, the reason why I would probably want to upgrade it here soon is because of the length. I want these to be like plush and to come down a little bit more. Look, you can see it in like the mirror. Oh, it's so cute. I really like it. I really like it. So things break and need to be replaced all the time, and that's just the line of business, baby. So I also did just make an Instagram account for my page Hosting with Kayla, and I've already had some great connections and conversations on there with like hosts just like you. And one thing that I posted was Airbnb is big business. You're always gonna have to, swallow extra costs and plan for damages and wear and tear. Going over that, I think that I was so happy to see the feedback that I got on that post because I've had a couple of newer hosts comment on there and say that that was their biggest thing, is that they were so worried about having to replace things or people break things inside of your Airbnb, and honestly not trying to take it personal and separating personal feelings with business, because when you are renting out your space that you work hard for and have built as your own, it's very vulnerable of you to even let others in your space. And so it's totally understandable that you can easily take things in a personal way, especially with reviews, how people are able to review you, and really understanding that any big, corporation or business, you usually almost always has those people who have their own opinions about what you're doing and how they feel you're running certain things. And that's just the same way with having a listing of your own. You're going to run into those people that have certain feelings, like with your reviews, and trying to understand that it's not personal, but it's a business that you're running. You are your own boss, you make your own schedule, you're a professional at this. And so sometimes just remembering that each and every day that you walk in to your Airbnb, because it's not you that they're coming after, it's your business, your space. And we just grow. We grow from all the lessons that we've learned that may cause damages or may cause really not so great reviews. And it's just, again, it's a part of business, baby. It's a part of the business. A really good example of me personally having to put aside the difference of taking things personally and knowing that it's a business. I love my plants. I have more than 100 in my studio. It's a part of my therapy with separating the fact that things can be broken and replaced is my plants. And so unfortunately, because I have so many, it does happen a lot. Right now I just noticed that I have one right here. Birds of Paradise, who has gotten up to 7 foot, is now snapped. Not sure what happened, but anyway, with the plants, I really just try to come down to their level and let them know, like, hey, I understand that things happen. With these things, it's really hard for me to put a price on it because that took, you know, I think about 1.5 years for it to grow up that high. It's not personal, and I have to remember that. A lot of my friends and family know how much I take it personally in the past, so I'm here with you. There we go. There's that huge relation to how that really affects me as well daily. And yeah. Okay, so one thing that I've come to find out has a lot of wear and tear: the towels. So this was one that I had put in the studio about 2 years ago, and now I can see through it. Finding a way to reuse them is also a great tip because you can never have too many spill towels. And this one for sure, after how many bleaching sessions it went through and all that jazz. This is now used for spill towels that I provide for my guests. It's in like a little basket, and it says spill towels. So you are gonna have to go through a lot of towels, and that's totally fine. Yeah, this one needs to go. I think it has retired itself. So as I was kind of showing you those towels, I came across, I was trying to find something that I could show you that there's like little daily things that I need to fix up. And I had just noticed that on my bathroom's door, there's like these markings, and I have just scrubbed it as much as I could just now. And I'm gonna have to repeat that, and it's just what I gotta do. This business, baby. Hey guys, just popping in here because I have come across another little fix. Again, these happen all the time, but my Ring doorbell has just like stopped working. I had been charging it this whole last cleaning. I need to take it inside and see if there's anything else I can do to it, but even when I press the orange button on the back or even the bell itself after I've charged it all the way, it's just not working. So that might be another little minor cost to update on the studio. I do not have it linked to my doorbell, which is something that you can do with Ring doorbells, is, you know, wire it to that. We just didn't have a doorbell back here when we built this, and I just go through the hassle of charging it every once in a while, like right now. Also, just another great quick tip is to get a Ring doorbell. Just having one at the entry of your space is really helpful, because I always ask my guests to just press the doorbell when they arrive, so then when they check out they can do the same thing, and if they leave early then I can get in there or have my cleaner go in there to have a early clean, which can be super helpful on most days. And so is probably a #1 top recommendation that I would say. Any kind of doorbell that is similar to Ring obviously is great too. Make sure to subscribe. Hey, another thing that I was thinking of as I'm kind of finishing up my turnover is I'm coming up with more content this month on what I want to do this upcoming February, and I was thinking about potentially contacting some local hosts and maybe seeing if they would like to be on one of my videos to highlight their space. I think that would be so fun. And also getting to ask the nitty-gritty questions about, you know, what was the craziest thing that's happened in your space that everybody wants to know, all the way to what like their secret is to getting bookings. I think that would be so fun. Comment below if you think that this is a really good idea, if adding a host to one of my segments and asking them some questions would be something that you're interested in. Please subscribe to my channel if you like this content. I love making it, but it does help me be able to do this weekly, and I really want to make sure I get these up every Monday. So share to a friend that maybe owns a short-term rental and maybe they can relate with me on these things that I go through all the time. So from host to host, I'll see you next week. Bye. Why does everything fall in my